103.2 Preston FM.
Your community.
Your radio.
And it's great. So I'm joined by Claire and Christine from Help Direct, and they've cheered me up no end.
Hi Gary, how are you?
How you doing, love?
Hey Gary, we've had you sweating already, I think, haven't we?
Well, you were holding up pieces of paper at me, and then the penny dropped. So you now then, Help Direct, hang on, you help people to get the most out of life by directing them and signposting them to all sorts of community groups.
Well, we're information and support service.
You are.
And we're located on Cannon Street in Preston, and we're also located in the Rococo Coffee Lounge over in Leyland on Chapel Brow.
That sounds posh, Rococo.
Oh, it's lovely,
it's
the cakes are fab as well.
What does Rococo mean? It sounds fun.
The Porter Brothers are charity, and it's supported employment. So basically they have a bakery over at Rococo with a coffee lounge as well. It's quite a nice coffee lounge. So the people that they support within the bakery to make the food, soups, cakes, which are amazing, they then sell in the cafe at the front, and we have a very small kind of box room size office, 2-desk office over there. It's like a box bedroom.
How does it cope with two personalities as big as yours?
Oh, we're hardly there, are we?
Well, you said before, why is it called Rococo?
I did.
Because originally that building was they used to do a lot of gold plating. Gold leaf plating.
I'm pretending to be clever.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, they did.
No.
What's the Rococo significance, if I'm just being a bit
There's
thick?
something relating to gold plating.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'll look it up. Rococo.
Look it up. It's quite an interesting
now,
thing.
Now, apparently I'm going to sing your jingle, aren't I?
You are,
because
really?
you haven't got it.
Because
And I don't know whose fault that is today.
What have I got to sing?
Oh, time for you.
Okay, time for you on Time Bank.
That's
Help
what
Direct.
Well done.
Christine and Claire,
Yeah.
you've come to talk to us about Time Bank, which is volunteering and hours and all that sort of stuff.
It is.
What's going on in the world of Time Banking?
I've never heard of Time Banking.
Yes, I have, but you can fill in the... Just imagine that another listener is as stupid as me and doesn't know a thing about Time Banking.
I don't think we can stretch our imagination.
I know, I don't think we can possibly.
Can you stay for the whole show?
Having spent 3 minutes with you.
Well, what it is the Time Bank is where people come together to share their skills for time credits. There's no money involved, so what our members do, they identify whatever skills they've got. And when we're talking about skills, it's not just about formal skills. It's about everyday things that we do, like walking a dog or whatever.
Yep.
So we log everything. We log everybody's skills onto our database, and then people can share them. So if somebody can play the piano or something like that.
Not me.
You could do if you'd like to put some hours in, because we have the library in studio.
I could teach you to play the piano, Gary.
Could you?
You wouldn't be very good, but I could try.
Chopsticks.
But I could do that for you, and then so
I could teach you to play the drums.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got a band.
Yeah, well, Claire could give you a ring and say, well, somebody else, wants to learn to be a DJ, and then you'll say, well, I've not got much experience of that.
To come in and spend a bit of time with you.
So if I
we can get you some DJ lessons, Gary.
I think it's numeracy and literacy I need, and decimal points and 103.2s.
Yeah.
So really, if
don't get hung up about decimal points. There's only one person in the world that I know gets hung up on decimal points.
Who's that?
That's a guy called Brian Ashman.
Yeah, decimal points and Brian.
He's not here to defend himself. Bless him.
I'd just like to say that Brian Ashman, he's our manager here.
He's a hero.
He's a lovely man.
He's a hero. I thought he was in an important meeting, obviously not sending us texts.
No,
so if I can't afford to buy in a service, I can volunteer my time and then claim that service back through your logging in and your bank.
Yeah, well, what you can do, you list all the skills that you've got, and then if we get somebody on the Time Bank who could benefit from whatever skills you've got, you may be an artist, you may be anything.
I'm not a gardener, but I make films.
You might do a little bit of painting and decorating for somebody, or
DIY.
cleaning,
Can you mend
DIY.
motorbikes?
No, I'm useless at practical things.
You look like
that's
a
need, then, isn't it?
I'm
That's
more
the need.
artistic and creative.
Oh, yeah.
So I would need somebody
Yeah.
to come and do my decorating. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good. So we could do that. I mean, obviously, we're not talking safe trader kind of standards.
No.
Obviously, people are more kind of DIY as opposed to professional painters and decorators who are on the Time Bank. But at least we've got there, that on there as options. So I mean,
I'll tell you what it could do. It could
offer
do-it-yourself hair cutting, couldn't it?
yeah.
Well,
with your
lie
clippers.
down while I'm mowing the lawn. So is this a successful enterprise project?
It is, yeah.
We've actually exchanged 760 hours as of today.
Really?
I've just checked the figure before
Since
I came
when?
out. Since last June.
Right.
So we've been going just over a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've done all right. 760 hours.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot of
We're very proud
time,
of our
though.
achievements on the time, mate, but we're always looking for new people to come on, all with different, anybody who's got any different skills, you know, if you know how to make kites or anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
Anything at all.
Umbrellas perhaps in Preston.
Or if there's something you want that we can look for, you know, to kind of hook you up with some other society that can possibly come on board as a new partner. Like, obviously, the one recent one we have is the metal detecting group that we've brought on board. Yeah. We could do with people coming and getting engaged with the metal detecting group because they're looking at setting up another date to go out.
And we've got a fishing group, haven't we?
Actually, that was the first thing I was going to mention.
Is it, Claire?
Dave's found a match.
That's
Come on,
it.
tell us some real
With
life
Joe.
stories of volunteering.
Well,
What's this fishing group?
Fishing fishing over at Cleveley's. Dave's been going there, and Joe's asked whether he could go with Dave now. I don't know, about every 3 or 4 weeks, just go over for a bit of a fish. So if anybody else is interested, they can always go along and meet them over there. It's at Cleveley's on obviously the beachfront. It's obviously you need your own beach casting equipment as well to enable you to go and do it. But yeah, that's quite a good one.
So
I thought
it can be social as well as sort of
definitely.
Yeah.
It's all we're all about social as well, bringing people together, not just the skills that you can offer.
Do you know something? As I've got older, one of the things I've wanted to do is to ride a motorbike. Not that I would buy one and go miles and miles and fall off, but just to have a go at riding a motorbike.
I did that a few years ago.
Must be an age thing.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I passed my test.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I've just sold my Triumph 1000cc motorcycle. Leave it at that.
Wow, were you?
I'm not quite sure I can risk assess you using somebody else's motorbike.
No,
Unfortunately. You might want that on a bit of an experience for a Christmas or birthday present.
Yeah, those
a well-known
things,
experience of which I will not mention because I will get my wrist slapped.
Right, okay. Well,
so it's about
Experience.
thinking about what your bucket list is and see if we can find people out there that can help you with it.
Yeah, and it can be your bucket list of everyday life, things that you need, and it can be that little bit special as well.
I met an author actually on Saturday at a community event I went to on the Flag Market. It was the Preston City Council community event that promotes diversity, the annual event. And I met an author, and he was an author. He's written a book about historical music around the Preston area. He's actually joining the Time Bank. Right. So that would be quite interesting, particularly with the music kind of, idea with things for the radio station. I know he would be quite interesting to go and have a chat to and pick his brain.
He would. So do you tend to get out and have a presence at community events over the summer as Help Direct? Do you go out and represent the
We do all year round, not just for the summer period. We go to as many as we possibly physically can get to, you know. Unfortunately, some weeks we get 3 or 4 invites on one Saturday, we just can't. And we can't spread ourselves.
People ask us to come out and do talks about the Time Bank and what we do at Help Direct, and we're always doing that, going out, talking to groups.
Right, and coming here, talking to us.
Yeah, we do.
This is a regular thing, isn't it? Because Hugh is on his holes and he's been spared.
He's always on his holes.
He's been spared the
well, this is show 40, Show 40, Gary.
Really? You've never been... Really?
We have, yeah. One for every year of my life.
Never.
Yeah, show 40.
So do you remember the Bay City Rollers?
No. I do remember the Bay City
Well, there's
Rollers.
2 answers there at once. Christine says yes.
And the younger
Claire
one
says no. Because if you were listening downstairs, you know that we've got an interview with Les McEwen later on 2:30, who is touring the legendary Bay City Rollers with him as the frontman.
Right, what, the original lineup?
No, it's not the original lineup, but it's, these bands exist and then they fold and then somebody brings them back under the name and you get 1 or 2 or 3, and if you're lucky you get them all. Because
we were playing the other month at a hotel in Chorley, which again I will not mention the name of.
You're getting the knack of this, aren't you?
Yeah, they were at Chorley, I'm sure, but I don't know whether that was the original kind of lineup.
Do you know, when we look back on the history of Preston FM, they'll be unearthing you, Gary, won't they?
10:32. Preston FM was founded just before the Battle of Hastings. Or halfway through the morning, mid-morning coffee. Well, let's play the Bay City Rollers.
And then you want a bit
Bye
more
Bye
of
Baby.
us.
Then we're going to have a bit more.
Oh, we've done Bye Bye Baby.
Have you?
I thought you'd already played it.
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Oh, I played that before. Yeah, I'm going to play Joe Jackson.
Lucky we're here,
You've got me
isn't
all
it?
flustered. Joe Jackson stepping out. I bet you step out really fine at the weekend, you two, don't you?
We
Joe
do.
Jackson stepping out. Oh, no, it's not. You've got me all of a dither. It's Rolls Royce. Is it love you're after, love?
Oh, I love that.
Just play the song.
Is it love that you're after?
We love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am not insured here this morning. Any insurance brokers, can give me cover just for the next half hour, much
Cover under
appreciated.
the time.
103.2 Preston FM.
We dare to be different.
Daring to be different on a Thursday afternoon with Christine and Claire from Help Direct. We were dancing around the studio there, weren't we?
We were,
Right, yeah.
Once I got the right track.
I know.
You
It
know,
took a lot of finding, Gary.
It's just the presence of two such beautiful women, and I'm
Oh,
flustered
thank
to
you.
death.
I know,
Anyway,
you're all right, yeah.
anyway,
You're spoiled, aren't you?
I am spoilt. Yeah, I've always been surrounded by lovely women, strong,
Have
helpful
you?
women. As a
Oh.
teacher,
Have you?
I always worked with women who looked after me.
Oh, that's
Did they?
nice.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't
You
it?
must have been a
really
little vulnerable
I
soul.
played Little Boy Lost, you see.
Did you? I see women like that, don't they? They're attracted to that. So what age did you teach?
Well, I started in primary. This is Help Direct's half hour.
That's
not
fine, it's all right.
I started in primary and ended in secondary as a French teacher because
Oh,
when
right.
I moved, I could only get a secondary job. Yeah.
So,
Fab,
So-
so you can come on the time bank and teach
I
French
can
to
teach,
people.
yeah.
so did you actually learn to speak French?
Me?
Yeah.
I went to France and learnt it. I listened to all my teachers at school,
Yeah.
and then I went to university, and then I went to France.
Wow.
Oh, so we,
So
yeah.
I can parlez-vous très bien.
Excellent.
So here is one of my skills for the time bank, isn't it?
So this is the
So-
thing, we tease a few more out of you if you
Yeah,
sign
well,
yourself up,
God,
Gary.
I might have to give up the day job.
You would, yeah, we'll keep
Yeah.
you that
Wow.
busy.
Yeah, go on then. Tell me more about time bank activities because the people of Preston are jumping up and down in anticipation.
I know.
Right.
Well, Christine, I'll let you
All
go for the
right
next
then.
one.
Well, we've got John. He's agreed to make Maria a small bespoke table to fit beside her bedside. The space that she's got is really small, Gary, and Maria's still struggling to find one that'll fit. So it looks like John's going to convert one to fit in that little space for her.
Lovely.
And Maria's offering numerology to it if anybody's interested, or
Ah.
decluttering support.
So if you're listening and you're interested in numerology, is that your head or your feet?
It's your numbers, actually, of your life.
Oh, yeah.
It's, I
Oh,
think it's
that's
something
it.
to do with your date of birth.
Yeah.
And they work
Yeah.
out your certain,
Yeah.
I don't know, mannerisms
They
and
do.
kind of your look and things on you.
Yeah.
It looks quite interesting. I know I've done it online with my little girl, and what it came out with was exactly the traits that she is.
Wow.
Isn't it funny? And the Chinese ears of this and that as well
Yeah.
seem to have the stars and astrology. I've
Yeah.
got something we don't understand. So that lady's offering numerology and what
She
else?
is, yeah. and
and
decluttering.
decluttering support.
Is that
So what
your
we
house?
do, what we do sometimes, we put teams of people together to actually do decluttering. So so if somebody's needs a lot of rubbish moving out of the house, or
See, they've got to be careful because it can form a fire hazard. If you start, if you
Yeah.
do have a fire, God forbid you would do, but if you do, then if you've got a lot of clutter hanging around the place,
Yeah.
it takes the services a lot longer to get into your house,
Yeah.
if they need to get over all your carrier bags and your newspapers and stuff. So, we've had a few really successful decluttering groups go out to people's houses to move bags of stuff and just help them sort through clothing and all sorts. As long as it isn't anything to do with finances or paperwork, we
just
can get
physical
involved with
things.
that. Yeah.
So these are some new skills you've got coming into the time bank: the numerology and the decluttering.
Oh, we've got loads and loads of
Is
different
there
skills,
is there a
Gary.
list on the website that we can look and see
well,
what's
when people join the time bank,
Yeah.
they get an application form, and what we ask people to do is to tick. There's a whole list of different activities what they can do. We get them to tick what they can do and what they would like other people to do for them. And if they got any different skills that aren't on the actual application form, they can write them on, and then we can add that to our database.
Right. So what else is new? In
Well,
the
we've got
world of-
Mark that's actually been signed up this morning, and we've taken him over. He's going to be covering at Healthy Planet, which is down at the old TJ Hughes site at Fishergate.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Yeah, he's going to be there on a Monday, and also with Jane. Jane's down there every week for us. Jane's actually engaging people through artwork. So she's taken a piece of art. She's an artist teacher, and she's very passionate about art. She's taken a piece that she's working on each week and engaging with people who are passing through shopping just to get them interested in the time bank to promote it and generally promote Help Direct. So Mark's going to be doing a Monday and a Thursday. So if anybody would like to go along and just drop in and have a coffee, say hi, or even spend a bit of time down there to gain some time credits, they can do.
It's easy to
It's all
find,
about
isn't it?
promotion. It
Yeah.
is, yeah. The best
So-
way to come at it is from the car park at Fishergate.
Yeah.
And
And when you go in, you can't miss us because we've got this massive gazebo.
yeah, big Help
And the
Direct
signs,
gazebo.
and it just
An
said
indoor gazebo.
Help Direct Time Bank.
And loads of time
Preston and
bank stuff.
South
And
Ribble
indoor,
Time
yeah.
Bank.
Great.
It's a massive area. Can you imagine the size
Yeah,
that TJ Hughes used to be down there? It's
Yeah.
huge, it's vast. So, I mean, I went down on Monday again. I'm going down there for a few hours every Monday. And I really enjoyed spending time with Jane to the point that we were both an hour late to where we were meant to be going to. Because we were just talking so much about all the opportunities.
This show could end up like that, you know.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. In fact, Les McKeown might be waiting for his turn to get on.
Les, meet Christine and Claire.
Yeah, that'd be a nice interview. I bet he'd enjoy
Telephone, I'm afraid.
That'd be nice though, wouldn't it? Over the telephone.
But he will be listening
You'll
now.
have to listen.
I would hope he would be.
Well, it's put him off now. He's not going to answer the phone now, is he?
Well, we're not going to be interviewing you, lads. Don't worry.
So, yes, right. You came in with pieces of paper. There must be more things on this.
We've got Rob. He's still taking names for his basic computer course. And Rob's also offering advanced Photoshop.
Yeah, I've already got 2 people down for the advanced Photoshop already. So we might run a little workshop actually on it and bring people together at a little venue in the centre.
I might have a go at that myself.
Yeah, he's really,
have you not
really
got
good.
to do basic Photoshop first, Christine?
Well, the 2 people have. They've both done it.
Don't
They've both
make it
asked for more
complicated,
advanced. You're very technically advanced, actually, aren't you? You're much better than I am. Yeah, definitely. Rob's brilliant, though. He's a bit of an all-rounder. He'll even do your mobile phones and iPads, all the rest of it, all that lot. Whenever anybody wants some support with anything technical, he can help you with it.
So anybody who's listening who's liked what they've heard needs to get in touch with Help Direct. Throw a few more things at us. Have you got some more things?
Yeah, we've got
loads.
We've got been speaking with Steph, who may be offering a half-an-hour dance session from Healthy Planet each week, probably on a Thursday morning. So that'd be quite nice because we get a few people coming over for half an hour, a bit of exercise. I know there is a guy down there at the moment called David from Easy Breathe, and he does some breathing exercises on a Monday whilst we're there. So he's quite interesting as well. If anyone wants to come and join him.
We've all been through the Easy Breathe breathing exercise.
We have, even I've done them.
And do you know, it's amazing how it actually works.
It's very important for well-being.
It is,
and relaxing breathing.
I didn't feel particularly relaxed after it because I was whatever.
I know, but you've got to learn how to breathe.
No,
probably.
I know. Yeah.
You can't just do it in one day.
Well, I kept nipping off to talk to people. I think that was the problem we had. I started 2 exercises, went off to somebody, came back, went off again.
So we got John. He'd like someone to help him create a nice business card.
Mm-hmm.
Jane, as I said before, is an artist. She's available to help anybody with any art-related matches. She also has a vegetable patch, so she can support anybody with veggie growing. Maybe it's time for pumpkin harvesting soon.
Yeah.
Maybe people want a bit of support with that, because I know they can be a bit funny, can't they, pumpkins? And she has a herb garden as well. In fact, Jane is bringing me some tomatoes in for a recipe that she's given me for making chutney, because... may we just say at this point, I am an award-winning strawberry jam maker.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm going to pop in the office and next week and expect there to be a pot of jam there for me.
And scones.
Okay. She's only ever made one pot.
I made 2 pots.
But it was a big one.
But she got an award for it.
Yeah, I won an award on Friday for it. I'm going to go and pick my certificate up on Friday.
She bought some strawberries from Booths and that was it.
Who taught you to make jam?
I did not. My strawberries were my garden.
Who taught you to make jam?
The back of the sugar bag.
Really? So you're self-taught. You're a self-taught jam maker.
Yeah.
Right.
I just got the bag of sugar preserving jam or whatever it was, and it was on the back, which was convenient. Didn't even have to Google it.
Initiative.
Exactly.
Yeah. Come on, then give us some more.
Right.
Well,
Graham's not taking a mess in, does it?
No. Graham's going over to John's to carry out a spot of domestic. It says here pluming.
Well, that'll be plumbing.
Now, for somebody who's a plumber's wife, you know, you'd think she'd be able to spell plumbing.
Yes,
it could be.
I'm just missing the B off there.
So it's so he's going over to fix a leak on a radiator for him.
Yeah, I'm useless when things like that.
So you can do domestic bits of plumbing. Graham can.
Pluming.
Domestic pluming.
I have him now in the farmyard, sort of dressing up the cockerels and chickens before he takes them to the show.
Who's that?
This chap who's doing pluming.
No, Graham's pluming the horses.
All right.
Don't forget, we've got the White Room studio. We can accommodate somebody else, another student, if anybody's interested to go over to learn a musical instrument. As we mentioned before, electric guitar, non-electric guitar, which call it acoustic guitar.
Where is the White Room?
Electric drum kit, bongos, keyboards, loads of different things. So if anybody wants to join, I've got 1 spot available to get in there.
The White Room studio.
Yep. Christine has taken on a sewing challenge for Karen. We need somebody who likes to sew generally on the time bank. I don't really have anybody. And Christine wasn't... she can do hemming, but nothing more than that, really. But if we've got anybody out there who's interested in doing sewing, hemming, little bits of small alterations, maybe curtains and what have you, that'd be interesting to get involved.
Yeah, and also Rosemary has some new hedge cutters and would like someone to give her hedges a quick trim before the autumn sets in.
They're quite hard to handle, aren't they? If they make you ache, if you're not very strong.
I was doing it for my daughter not long ago, and I managed to cut through the...
Oh dear. And then, so is there an electrician on the time bank?
Well, we can't do electric. We can do like basic things, but we can't do anything that's got live electric around.
No, of course, because health and safety comes into play in the voluntary sector.
Of course it does, yeah.
If you're offering certain services, you have to meet industry standards, haven't you? And it becomes a business then.
Yeah, it does.
So it's nearly 2:00, ladies.
Well,
what else have you got?
One last one is...
No, in the nicest possible way.
We could do with somebody who goes to West View Leisure Centre or the leisure centre that's attached to Preston North End football ground. I've got a couple of people who need gym buddies, so if anybody goes there and they like someone to go along with, get in touch with us. Can I just mention, we have got some spaces left on the confidence building course, which starts next Tuesday, the 9th of September. It's 10 till 12. It's a course that lasts 8 weeks. And it's just for a couple of hours a week. If anybody's interested in going on a basic confidence building course, to let us know. And I've got 3 spaces left on the ICHF Craft Fair Stitching and Sewing Hobbycraft Show next Friday, the 12th of September, which is at Event City in Manchester. Ooh. It's going from Penwitham Community Centre. It's £12 a ticket for adults, £11 for seniors even. Seniors. So and that includes a ticket and transport. So if anybody's interested, our contact number is 01772 270 721 and the email is info@helpdirect.org.uk and the website is www.helpdirect.org.uk and the Facebook is Christine.
Ooh. While she's thinking,
Preston and South Ribble Time Bank.
Look us up on Facebook because we're new on Facebook.
So remember that's Preston. That's 01772
270 721.
And that comes through to me.
info@helpdirect.org.uk.
That's correct.
So that's where people come if they want to take advantage of what you've told all us about and to get involved in volunteer.
I'll just come and drop down to Healthy Planet on a Monday.
Just get in contact
with
us and we'll find, we'll get involved and we'll do things with you.
Right, well, I'm going to draw the curtains now and have a lie down in a darkened room because you two have finished me off.
Thanks, Gary.
It's been wonderful.
That's funny.
I've
That's
laughed
what Huey said.
and laughed and I've laughed and I've laughed. It's been great. So I'm going to play the right track now. This is Joe Jackson and he's going to be singing about what I'm asking you to do. Will you stepping out, please? See you next month.
You're listening to the Chat City interviews on 103.2 Preston FM.